obviously, we're gonna be talking about what Fred VanVleet did last night against the Orlando Magic. So Fred VanVleet, if you didn't know, just broke the franchise record for the Raptors. He dropped 54 points against the Orlando Magic, and you know, it's beautiful because Fred VanVleet got this huge contract, and a lot of people felt like he wasn't living up to it, and obviously still he doesn't have to drop 54 on a consistent basis, but he has to be consistent with his play. And this is a good sign for them. You pay a guy that much money, and early in the season he's gonna drop 54 points. I mean, that's great for the Toronto Raptors. But I mean, yeah, there's not much to say about it. I mean, he was just hitting threes. Like his 3-point shooting last night, it was unstoppable. I mean, like you can't play much better defense on him like than the Magic did. Obviously, he got some open shots, but a lot of the shots were just him pulling from super deep, and it's like you can't do much about that. Fred VanVleet isn't a guy who usually does that, just pulls from like logo range almost all game, but he did it last night, and it got them the win. They started off 11-0 points wise, and they were missing shots. Fred VanVleet scored his first three, and after there, they were on. Uh, but yeah, you'll have to see it. Like, no one really dislikes Fred VanVleet. He went undrafted. His story is amazing, and so that's good for him. He got paid, and it's not like he got paid and stopped hooping. He's still going out there and doing his thing. So you love to see that. But next thing I want to talk about, the Nets. We'll talk about the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets, I'm one of the people who believes that. I mean, obviously they have what it takes to be a championship team in most people's eyes, right? I mean, you have three Hall of Fame talents, three people who score the ball at will. Uh, the thing that to me makes it so that I just don't think that they're a finals team is I don't see how a team like that could beat a team like the fully healthy 76ers in a 7-game series. We saw the 76ers go up against the Lakers. Obviously, that's a small sample size, but what they did against the Lakers shows that they're a very good team and they can compete with those championship teams. It wasn't just a lucky night. They were playing how they play, and it was good enough to beat the Lakers. Um, and like, I just think, like, who do you put on Joel Embiid if you're the Brooklyn Nets? I mean, I don't think you could really put anyone on Joel Embiid on that team. You could try Jeff Green, you could try DeAndre Jordan, but that's not gonna work. We all know that, right? And obviously, this is a team that can get to the finals. But I just think a team like the Miami Heat, fully healthy, and obviously that's a big if because like they haven't been healthy recently. But a team like the Miami Heat, fully healthy, or the team like the Bucks. I mean, they could probably beat the Bucks, but a team, in my opinion, Bucks, Miami Heat, 76ers, those are three teams that I think would be very hard for them to beat in a 7-game series. But last night they versed the Clippers, a very good defensive team, very good offensive team, and they won. And I'm not the biggest fan of Harden, but you have to give him props for how he uh, defended Kawhi Leonard. I mean, there's this one play where Kawhi's just trying to post him up, and Harden was not allowing it. He was taking the hits. Kawhi was, getting aggressive, physical, like with his post moves, and Harden stayed still. He didn't lose his ground or anything. That's what you like to see about him. Obviously, Harden made the game-winning pass down court to Jeff Green. Jeff Green puts it up, and that seals the game. Um, and it's like I'm just glad that we're seeing that this team's ego isn't getting to them because we know the three stars on this team have all showed moments where their ego just gets the best of them, and like even when they're winning, sometimes they get mad because they're not the star, but that's not the case with this team right now, you know. So that's great to see. Because I don't want them to not be successful. I just don't know if they're a championship team. But after tonight, they showed that they're a very good basketball team. Last topic I wanted to get to, uh, the Warriors versus the Celtics. That happened last night. I just want to take a moment to say, Steph Curry is the greatest point guard of all time. I mean, like, you could say Magic, but I just think it's Curry, bro. After what he did last night, obviously he had 38 points, I believe. I mean, it's nothing unheard of from Stephen Curry. 38 points is nothing unheard of from Stephen Curry, but it's just like he had 17 points in the first quarter. It's like if Curry's on, you're in, for a rough night, and he was on last night. But the Celtics did a good job of defending him towards the second half of the game. First half he was getting whatever he wanted, but second half of the game they played good defense. And the main reason I want to talk about this game, Celtics won. It wasn't any big win. I mean, it wasn't the best game from either teams, especially the Celtics. Jaylen Brown was missing a lot of shots. Um, Kimba played pretty well, but Jaylen Brown, a guy who's blossomed into like an all-star starter for them, he was missing a lot of shots, and they still got the win though. And I think that, bro, Jason Tatum is the future of the NBA. A lot of guys, like a lot of people talk about now, who's the future of the NBA once guys like Durant and LeBron and Harden, all these guys, they get out of the league, and it's like, who's gonna be future of the NBA? Is it gonna be Giannis? Is it gonna be Zion? Is it gonna be Tatum? Is it gonna be Luka? I think it's gonna be Tatum. Uh, Over the offseason, his coach said that he grew to 6 feet 10, and at first I was like, okay, this might not be real, but you see him play, and it's like he looks like he's 6 feet 10. Like he's doing step back threes, and like even if the defender plays good defense, he's so tall. It's like the shot contest is non-existent. And so, Tatum, I think he's really the future of the NBA. I think the Celtics have a bright future. I don't think they're gonna be in title contention this season. They might make it out the first round or something like that, but I don't think. Yeah, and it's mostly due to the center position and the bench. The center position and the bench needs to be worked on, and that just happens over time. You make free agency signings, veterans, all that, and get a center. But this team is so young and it's so good. But yeah, I mean, that's gonna be all for today's podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. I plan on doing this consistently, so please leave a like, please subscribe, and yeah, leave your opinions down below in the comments.